Do you remember what we saved on last?
It should be the. Oh God.
But this is probably.
I think we saved on lesbian band. No, wait. I think Madhog has gone mad.
Hell
Lol.
is frozen over.
Lesbian bending.
Nah,
Let us not. Let's get massacring carnage. Please no crush. Room factory. They're all dead. Oh man.
Oh God, worst Christmas ever.
I think it was that one.
Okay, so that was like. Let's see, lesbian bending was December 21st. This was at 3 o'clock in the morning. So I think this could be it.
Yes, I think that's it.
Okay. Well, this is new level, so I guess this is it.
All right, so let's start.
Okay. Welcome back, folks, to Mad Plays or Damn Plays of Heretic.
Yes, indeed, we are the damn plays before playing a game for the damned. That's heretic. That's
yes,
curse of the damn play.
Yes.
Damn you.
Yes.
Damn you, heretic.
This is the problem when we're in hell as a heretic, isn't it? We're damned in this game.
Yes, we are so damned. We are so Devar and Madhog.
Yes.
Damn. Get it? That's,
yes, so damn.
Because Mad is Madhog and Devar, so the reverse study becomes damn play. That's the.
Yes, everyone knows. You explained this in Forge, remember?
Did I? Oh, yes, I did.
Yes, because it's funny that way.
Yes, it's funny. So anyway, heretic.
Yes.
So so we're finally going back to play heretic. But why is it that we're going back to play heretic?
I'll play the game while we talk about this. Yeah, it was something to do with vampires and masquerading,
and
bloodlines that didn't want to become a bloodline. Whoa!
Well, I think this game has enough blood for both the Masquerade video games, I believe. Which is funny, which is a funny thing to think about, because in Bloodlines, even the option menu was bleeding.
Yes.
Unfortunately, we cannot show you any of that for one simple reason: the game would flash, like blink, like possessed, like it was damned. In fact, possessed, flashing and blinking continuously as soon as we try to record it.
Yes.
And I believe it was a problem of the game itself, the fact that we had to record it with full screen instead of window mode, because it wouldn't be recorded on window mode. I believe it was a problem of the game itself, because we tried to use Procaster, we tried to use Coral, which is another program Devar has, and as a last resort, completely out of desperation, we tried to use Hypercam.
Oh yes, the dreaded Hypercam, because I sadly do not own Fraps, because I'm poor.
Nothing worked. It kept blinking and flashing and being possessed by the devil, so unfortunately we cannot play Bloodlines. So alternatively, we just went back to an old beloved classic of ours and just start killing demons with this green laser crossbows.
Yes, effectively, folks, we're playing this game to cheer ourselves up after the failure. You usually don't hear me like this because this is my not so impressed voice right now.
Which is fairly similar to your usually cheery voice.
Yes, because I like to try and cover up anything involving negativity.
Negativity. We are literally descending into hell. So I don't think I don't think there's anything to be positive about it. We are blasting off a giant horned demon freak with green lasers.
Not lasers, magical crossbows, my friend.
It's magical lasers. Oh, it is Heretic versus the bad guys of Darkness.
Yes, the fanfiction that I sadly missed because I had to deal with personal stuff that ended up draining me.
My experience points.
Yes, they completely drained my experience points while I was going through. I said this on...
it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it was. Yes, it's as if Devar's life was Zelda 2, Adventure of Link, and Devar himself was Link, and he was killed 3 times, so he had to start from the beginning with all its experience points gone. So that's what Devar's life was in this past week. It was like Adventure of Link. Unpleasant.
Yes, very unpleasant.
Very, as in to say, very difficult.
Yes. I don't want to bring it up here, but because I'd rather forget about it. But if you're following me on Twitter, folks, then you'll know what I was talking about. Anyway, back to this game, because we're bringing carnage.
Yes, unfortunately it's too late for Christmas carnage. But considering we are in March and spring is about to come, you could say it's springtime in hell.
Yes, Satan's singing. It's springtime in hell.
Spring break forever. or what's okay.
Whoa.
Oh, that's a lot of hangry spring breaker dudes.
We were enjoying the babes in the bikinis, showing us the oblongs and everything.
Actually, I think you just killed the topless bikini girls. Those were the topless bikini girls. Yes, you killed them all. Way to go, Devar! You ruined spring break for everyone.
Hell does not deserve spring break.
Oh, come on! Even hell deserves spring break. If they can have Christmas. Actually, it is very appropriate for them to have Christmas.
Yes.
Do you think the final boss will be the devil itself?
Yeah, you never know. I never actually finished this game, so who knows what will be at the end of this.
By the way, quick, Devar. Oh, look, it's our
good old friend, Scully.
Yes, it's the bumper skull, as you called it.
Yes, and I'm just going to keep my distance away from this good fellow.
By the way,
Devar,
think of what is a word that's synonymous with carnage or massacre that begins with E?
Excruciating?
Oh, okay, so... Okay, as I said, we are late for a Christmas carnage, but we can still be on time for an Easter excruciation, if that's even a real word.
Someone hit me, but I didn't see anything.
That's why I needed that's why I needed that the E word, but I don't think it's even a real word. But okay,
yes.
By the way, you've got to appreciate those steps. The water being so
considerate,
being so polygonally abysmal that it seems like it's a moving floor, and the waterfall look like a staircase.
Obviously, this game was expecting us to use all the ammo in this room to take out all these foul beasts of hell. I feel like Ash from Evil Dead, but if he was stuck in with medieval weaponry of fantasy lore.
So basically, Evil Dead 3, Army of Darkness.
Yes,
actually, it would be cool for Ash to use magic, but that's not really a good idea. Remember the last time he tried to memorize an actual spell? It did not end well. He ended up awakening all the dead, and the Necronomicon Ex Mortis did a complete mess of things.
Yeah, well, I think we rather forget about that, don't you? Yes. Could you all get into a line, please?
Hey, these guys new?
No, they've been in the last couple of levels. I made alien and predator jokes about them, I think.
They are starting to blend all together. If you ask me,
Yes.
after a while that you play this, it tends to happen. So,
Yes.
oh, I like the windows there.
Yes, they
I
were.
think we pretty much exhausted all arguments we could possibly have about this particular game, about its game design
Yes.
and
So
stylistic
right
choices.
now, right now, folks, we're pretty much, basically, it's Madhog and Devar hour where they make a random conversation about topical conversations or about nostalgic memories of some description.
You know, speaking of which, Leonard Nimoy has recently passed away.
Yeah, to be honest, that was very. I was very speechless about that. To be honest, I wasn't expecting it, even though he was old and was suffering with problems with his lungs.
I think I may become a somewhat jaded and cynical person, but I am not affected by sudden celebrity people dying all of a sudden. I mean, I wasn't affected in the slightest with Robin Williams passing. So maybe it's the little cynical that lives inside me that tries to get out whenever it has the chance. I usually counteract that cynicism by watching cartoons.
Oh, someone was in here. I sorry, miss. I didn't realize you were in here blasting magic.
It's kind of sad to think that Leonard Nimoy's last big time appearance in a mainstream fashion was in the first J.J. Abrams Star Trek film. Yes, a film that, much like every other product by J.J. Abrams, I think that's lava. It's going to hurt you.
Whoa, lava,
It's hurting you.
Lava. Oh god, where's the way out?
Suddenly this is Lava World from Community.
Okay. Oh goodness, I'm back here again.
But anyway, I was saying something important. Oh, you have a map.
Yes, we have maps.
You have an actual map? Why didn't you bring that map up before?
Because no one needs a map. Okay, so I jumped and then
a map.
What effects?
If it's anything like that very vague map that was mentioned in Forge.
Okay, so.
But anyway, as I was saying, what was I saying?
Something about cynicism and how you count.
Yes, I was saying something about cynicism. No, actually, I was saying about J.J. Abrams. Yes, J.J. Abrams' Star Trek. A film that, much like anything else J.J. Abrams ever made, had a lot of hype, had a good build-up in the first half of it, and then it has time travel and cameos for the sake of cameos and a disappointing resolution. J.J. Abrams 101, everybody. Oh, and also lens flares.
Yes, the lens flares.
Seriously, one would think Steven Spielberg had a fetish with lens flare, but he is nothing compared to J.J. Abrams' obsessions with them.
Oh.
Item. Oh, you've acquired the one true ring.
Yes, the one true ring that will
that's
make
only
it possible for us to walk on this lava.
Yes, the one true ring. The 50th of them.
You want to know something? You want to know something, Madhog? The first time I ever saw Leonard Nimoy. We're back at the beginning. Huh. The first time I ever saw Leonard Nimoy was he was a suspect in Columbo.
Oh,
that was
right.
the first time I ever saw the guy, and from there I ended up seeing his other work like Star Trek and heard his voice everywhere, like in the Transformers movie as Galvatron. So while everyone else remembers him fondly for Star Trek, I remember him just for his overall work and whatever he did in life, because
talking about Leonard Nimoy's performance in Galvatron and the fact that he disappeared after a last underwhelming appearance in the 2 Star Trek films by J.J. Abrams, this is a perfect segue to talk about celebrities basically leaving us, people that somehow left an imprint on us, leaving us after a rather last underwhelming act. Like Orson Welles, speaking of Transformers, Orson Welles was the voice of freaking what's the name? Freaking
Orson Welles.
What's the name of that bloody Unicron?
Oh yeah, Unicron.
He was the voice of Unicron in the Transformers film. Orson Welles, director of Citizen Kane, which was credited as the greatest film ever made. That great talent and writer, Shakespearean actor, superb director, and also P lover, Orson Welles, which the same person that you know the voice of the Brain?
Yes.
Of Pinky and the Brain? Okay, the voice actor of Brain, when he played as Brain, was doing an impression of Orson Welles' voice. If you didn't know that.
I did not know that personally, because
in fact there is an Animaniacs sketch in which Pinky and the Brain reenact a real life event that happened to Orson Welles when he went to record a stupid commercial about frozen peas. It's quite a legendary skit and facet of Orson Welles' life, and it's one of the most remembered things about him in the last years of his life. And so they made fun of it. They reenacted it with Pinky and the Brain in an Animaniacs sketch.
Ugh, look at this guy.
That was quite amusing. Oh boy.
This is like the first time I've seen this corpse graphic.
I wonder if it's important for a puzzle. What's that?
Secret teleporter. What? I don't know what happened there. I guess I must have blasted myself back into the teleporter.
Ooh.
Enchant shield, apparently we have here. It takes us here. I must have killed... Yes, I killed monsters here. Anyway, as you were saying about reenacting the lives in Orson Welles.
I'm just judging by your reaction, I'm just going to assume you didn't even know who Orson Welles was. I am frowning at you, Devar. So much frowning meant from my end.
Again, I'm not very good at remembering people's names unless I see them a lot.
But do you remember Citizen Kane, right? Do you at least remember Citizen Kane? It's the only thing that people tend to remember positively about Orson Welles, because nobody else remembers his other films after his, Hollywood abandonment due to the whole controversy generated from that film and his real life feud with William Randolph Hearst. And he went when he went to Europe and directed such films as his own version of the Othello, and also F for Fake. At some point, he directed The Touch of Evil.
Nope, not ringing any bells.
Of course it doesn't. At least you know Citizen Kane, though, right?
I know it by name.
Better than nothing.
Anyway, anyway, we're in the labyrinth now, whatever that is. I wonder.
Yes, because the levels up until this point were not confusing enough. We definitely need to enter the domain of the Goblin King.
Oh no, not David Bowie.
Dance, magic dance.
More like
Dance, magic dance.
And let's throw a baby up in the air.
I love that film. It's a classic.
Oh yeah, everyone. As far as I know, everyone loves that film. You know, my best friend Demonox will attest that it's one of his most favorite films. You know, from his childhood. I never grew up with it personally. I grew up more with Flight of Dragons, the animated movie, and random cartoons.
I need to watch Flight of Dragons. It has been recommended to me by several people until now, so...
I would recommend it, but I get the strange feeling you probably wouldn't like its ending.
I have my reservations even with the Last Unicorn film, which is usually very beloved, and while I recognize its merits, I am not blind to its flaws, especially after reading the book. But, yes, I have a feeling that certain types of animated features made in the early 80s tend to have problems, usually. Either pacing problems or problems with their narrative and their framing devices, and especially if they are based off literature source materials.
By the way, you probably shouldn't take it for granted that it's based on a novel or literature, because the original literature Flight of Dragons was based off of was a theory paper on how a fantasy universe would work.
I didn't even know it was based off of something Flight of Dragons. I was just talking about Last Unicorn, but yes, you pretty much confirmed one of my fears.
Yes, so it's kind of loosely based on that theory that Peter. What's his name? Peter Dickens. I know his name was Peter, because the guy in the movie is literally the personification of the author.
Yes.
Of that original paper.
Speaking of walkie personifications, that annoying butterfly in The Last Unicorn.
Yes.
It's supposed to be a stand-in for the author himself.
Oh my lord.
And it is the most annoying thing in that film. Not so in the book. In the book, it was cleverly used. Well, not so as cleverly used, but it felt less out of a left field. That's kind of the problem with The Last Unicorn. If you watch this film without having read the book, most of the things it will throw at you, you will most likely be lost on them, especially with the part with the giant, horrible
Red Bull
tree with wooden breasts. That's when my brain shut down. It was horrible. The book does not mention that the tree is a voluptuous, big-breasted matron.
Hey,
it's kind of creepy.
Well, so, I guess they were hoping that the people watching it would get wood.
This is not even worth a batuntis.
Oh, come on, man.
No.
Oh, come on. I worked hard for that.
Yeah, sure. So anyway, the problem I have with The Last Unicorn, the film, the book, I think it's quite perfect to me. The book is one of the most clever and well-written deconstruction and meta-analysis on the fantasy genre itself. It's one of the most clever fantasy books I've ever read. No bones about it. But the film, most of the problems of the film come to wanting to be as loyal as possible to the source material, but not having enough running time or indeed time at all to develop certain moments. As such, the whole sequence with the phony bandits of Sherwood leading to the giant tree with the wooden breasts felt really rushed, and certain key elements were not there from the book to give it a proper context. So it was really all. Most of the times, what me watching The Last Unicorn, the film, was me having this facial expression that you cannot see, but a very bewildered facial expression, especially when the bloody songs kicked in. Oh dear lord, the songs.
That came out of nowhere for you.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing that the books have over films. The advantage that books have over their adapted works most of the times. A book has all the time and the chance, the space, so to speak, to properly establish elements. And this book it's really intelligent in the way it establishes certain elements that are going to play one way or the other in the narrative, and they introduce them as elements of world building and general lore. For example, at the beginning of the book, the narration informs us that a unicorn horn could actually slay a dragon. So with a simple line, we are informed about two important key elements about this fantasy world. That is, unicorns are powerful mythical creatures, and that there are indeed dragons in this world. So we know there are dragons, okay?
Mm-hmm.
You know how the animated feature introduces the existence of dragons?
I'm just gonna say it just comes out of nowhere.
Yes, it comes not just out of nowhere. It comes out during a freaking song sequence in which the hero prince guy, which
Yes.
right now his name is escaping me. The hero prince guy randomly goes fighting a dragon on a horse, and just like that, there are dragons now. And we only see a dragon there, and we do not even see him kill the dragon. It's like 30 seconds long of a sequence, and the song is still going on, and we cut to another sequence and scene while the song is still going on. That was annoying, to say the least. So the problem with the film itself, I find it's that it rushes through certain things, it doesn't establish other things, and it feels a bit incomplete at times. With that said, it's still a classic, and I still very much like it and respect it, especially knowing how hard it is to adapt this kind of complex source material. I mean, we are talking about a story that basically serves as an allegory about on one hand, as an allegory about mortality, one's discovery of mortality and dealing with that, growth, coming of age, learning about love and regret as part of growing up, the human condition, and the predetermined archetypes and roles determined by the genre itself being deconstructed and assembled to make way for the people, the actual humans, living their lives in the attempt to live up to their symbolic roles. Do I make any sense?
Yeah, you always make sense. It's just I'm just listening to you while
Okay.
it's because I have nothing to add.
Okay,
really.
just look at the characters in the film. Schmendrick is a failure of a magician that is supposed to that's trying hard to actually become an actual magician, because that's what his role is supposed to be in the story, to be the wizard guy. And then there is Molly. Molly is one of the most interesting characters because she was supposed to be the young maiden that finds the unicorn, and then she lives the dream life of being whisked away by the Robin Hood, she's become cynical because her dream did not become reality. She was whisked away by a bunch of phony bandits, idiots, and she only meets and to add insult to injury, she only meet up with the unicorn now that she's 40 years old, basically, and all because the genre of the story itself was telling her that she was meant to be something that she never became. So that's what. So that's we have. So that's we have the contrast, the dichotomy between the reality of the characters and the people, and the illusion of the symbolic roles that they think they are supposed to be entitled to. And it's quite the opposite with the Prince Hero guy, because the Prince Hero guy didn't really care about becoming a hero in the first place. He did it in hopes to actually woo the girl he was in love with, which was the unicorn turned into human. By the way,
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, when his father died, and when basically he was the only one left to rule the kingdom, he had to take on the mantle and responsibility of the hero prince that he already adopted, even though he was reluctant to do so. So basically, we have a scenario in which the hero does not want to be the hero, but is forced by the situation to be one, and he doesn't have a say in the matter. And that's also all the recurring themes. What we want versus what's been decided for us by circumstances and life choices and possibly fate. Like I said, The Last Unicorn is pretty fantastic. Everybody should read the book, at least.
Yes,
The book is pretty great.
Yeah, it's very interesting where you get differences from between the books and the movies, isn't it? Let us not forget the Tom Bombadil, who is mentioned in the books constantly, but then suddenly not in the single peep in the movies.
You know what? I am not a fan of Tolkien, neither the books nor the films. Well, I did enjoy The Hobbits, but only because it was less Tolkien and much more Peter Jackson. So much Peter Jackson.
To be honest, I never got the hype about Lord of the Rings, even when it came out.
Well, here's the thing. There is no denying that Lord of the Rings is a very important piece of literature. It's not really as good as everybody made it to be. It has not aged well, and the characters in those books are barely characters. They're barely archetypes. And the fantasy world is rich. What's timeless about Lord of the Rings? It has less to do with the story and the characters, and more to do with the template of it.
Well,
Because Lord of the Rings is your basic epic high fantasy universe that everybody uses as a template to write their own fantasy stories, and has been doing that since Lord of the Rings came out. It's one of the most influential pieces of literature of the past 70 years, and it keeps influencing the genre itself, the same way Asimov and Tezuka and Kubrick are still influencing modern science fiction nowadays. I should say Arthur C. Clarke and Philip K. Dick, all those big names, basically.
If I'm correct, right, the orcs were created by Tolkien, right? Or were they created by someone else?
The what?
The orcs, the Uruk-hai, they were basically the template for orcs, if I remember correctly.
Okay,
or am I wrong in that regard?
Okay, here's the... I don't know exactly. I cannot answer that. But I do know that one of the biggest bouts of inspiration that Tolkien took for his book was the Norse mythology. More specifically, it was Wagner's operatic magnum opus, The Ring of the Nibelung. I believe that was the title. You know, the classic, which was already in its own right inspired by Norse mythology. It was there in that opera that basically mainstream audiences.
Yeah.
If you can even talk about mainstream audiences in the 1800s. But anyway, there were dwarves, there were berserker, I think, there were valkyries, there were the basic fantasy elements you find in most fantasies. You will find that most fantasy worlds are basically comprised of Norse mythology and Christian cosmology for the most part. At least Western fantasy worlds. They tend to have a lot to do with Norse mythology. And it's basically because of Wagner and then because of Tolkien.
Because I remember some people mentioning to me that the orcs, several of the archetypes like the elves and such were based on Tolkien's idea of what elves and dwarves would be like.
Yes, and you know what else was based on Tolkien's ideas?
What?
Dungeons and Dragons. Which inspired RPGs in general, which inspired JRPGs also. And so you see why Tolkien is important, basically. It has less to do with his actual writing and more to do with
the concept.
With the concepts, yes, with the eye concepts and the templates. Really, it is why it is so important. But it is not he is not the greatest fantasy writer that ever was. I would debate that The Last Unicorn is the best fantasy novel ever written, mostly because it's all kinds of clever the way it was written. Also, the writing style, the wording, the wordsmithing, if you will allow me to say that, in The Last Unicorn is very clever. It is written in a way that directly homages classic Renaissance English without becoming too hard or self-important to read. It homages folklore tales and fairy tales and fables of yore with its writing style alone.
And now we're in the Great Hall.
Oh. Final boss time.
Let's see if it's the final boss. But first things first, let's save the game. Let's.
Final boss, perhaps. No. I have an idea. Write a great old kick. That reminds me. We should go back playing Zork one of these days.
If I can figure out how to get it to show the exact thing, because our commenters have nicely stated to us that we're not exactly showing the game as it's supposed to be intended.
Yes, I would put emphasis on the nice part of that, because yes, it was a series of YouTube comments that were actually patient, nice, and useful. It happens. It can happen, people. It can happen. I know it sounds ludicrous, but
and even mind-bendingly impossible, but there are some nice people on YouTube when they want to, when there can be some.
Usually they are over 30s. People actually grew up in a period of time in which the internet was not part of their childhood, are most likely to be polite when discussing things on the internet.
Yeah, so if I can make sense of what I was given, if I have the time anyway, because I've been putting it on the back burner, so to speak, for everything else that has to be done around here, especially the other works that became more important for me and Madhog's weekly ventures, so to speak.
Oh, and speaking of which, like I said, we should play Detective Grimoire.
Yes.
I think it's been enough months for us to actually showcase the game in its entirety, and it takes like 3 hours to play, so it really doesn't take. It's short but sweet, extremely sweet.
Okay, there's only lava. The floor is lava.
It's Lava World.
No, I didn't want that. What? Okay, so it's saved. Okay, let's go this way. Oh, ooh, what does this button do?
Kaboom! Okay, Devar, you activated the Great Old Kablumination.
Well, that was very useful. It got me back here, this club illuminations. Okay, so maybe we should just take these steps over here. These steps look quite important. Oh look, some people welcoming us to their lovely humble home.
Spring break forever, dudes! Oh no, why are you killing me? I didn't get to celebrate spring break, man! Not cool. We're going to play dubsteps, and there were jiggly jugs in slow motion, and lots of pot shots, man. And the former Disney idols were going to be naked, man.
Just like the industry wants us to, man.
Yes, man. Yes, man.
Lots of man, just like dudes.
Yes, lots of man dudes.
Lots of dude mans.
Oh.
Hello, Gary Agile.
Oh.
We're not giving him a chance to.
No. That was not Gary the Agile. That was Joy the Juicy.
Joy the Juicy.
Yes, and that is Robert the Rapscallion. That was Robert the Rapscallion.
And I just killed. And just now, while you were trying to come up with that name, I just got rid of Ron, the bandaged.
You know, I'm trying to come up with alliterations. That's why it takes time.
Yeah. I'm just. Oh, lots of these fellas in here. They're having a big party in here, apparently.
You know, I think we are long overdue for the appearance of a new sort of weapon in this game.
Yes, I would like a new weapon, please. We'll see. We got the equivalent of the rocket last time, which is the Phoenix gun.
Come on, bring back the lightning gauntlets of doom. I just love them. They are so cool.
I know. This is like the best part about the whole game. Basically, holding on to it's effectively the Heretic's answer to the chainsaw.
So basically, it's like having Palpatine's lightning powers borrowed through badass-looking metal gauntlets.
Yes, and by the way, we have. Oh, that wasn't actually that wasn't as complicated as I thought it was going to be, because.
Okay, you didn't even get to conclude your sentence and saying that it's a puzzle. You already solved it.
Yes. that's what's so simple.
What is this? Thinking? Oh no! I need to oh no! Brain hurt! Need to kill things!
Well, yeah. First-person shooters at the time were trying to come up with ways to make faux pas puzzles. Oh!
I love this guy. I love his strat walk. It was like, check this bony behind. Yes, it was excellent profiling.
Yes, he was showing off the man cakes he was born with.
A different room. Nice change of pace.
Yes, a room that was locked, but yet.
Now it's locked. No more.
Yes, but it just showed me a button. What did that button cause? This is the only problem with Heretic, as far as I'm concerned. It gets a bit too convoluted, the labyrinths, where buttons are placed far away from each other, from where the intended area is.
Well, there was a level called the labyrinth, so. I guess that's the point. I mean, life is not supposed to be easy on hell, or even, well, having life to begin with, because it's hell.
Okay, so you know what? I'm just going to kill these guys inside the rooms, just to be a douchebag to them.
Oh, come on, man, that's cheating. Oh, come on, man, we just wanted to have a good time, man. We're going to do drugs and drink alcohol, and we were going to
watch yoga videos.
Yes, we were going to listen to My Chemical Romance, and we were going to say yes. We're going to read fan fiction and make fun of them with friends and.
Oh, so what you're saying? They're the personification of us.
Yes, that's us when we die.
What, we're just going to be in hell reading fan fictions for all eternity?
Yes. Yes.
Oh god, that is a hell.
Yes, the irony. And not only that, not just any fan fiction, we'll be forced to reading horribly written Toho fan fictions for the rest of our eternity.
No.
I am not even into Toho, so imagine that. By the way,
yeah,
I found this program called Wolfas Create.
What's that?
It's a stop motion flash animation program that uses pre-rendered puppets that are inspired from Toho characters, and they can be modeled and edited as well. And it's really easy to use and quite intuitive. I actually made a couple of things with it already as an experimentation. I made our own avatars, as in me, you, and Ross. Yes, I did. It was quite funny. I'm going to show them in some videos or the other.
That's it. So that button was for here. Wow, game. What a way to be a douchebag to make me walk everywhere except check the last place I would think of looking.
Imagine if the final boss is actually Madhog the Gardener.
You'd be really trolling me there if that was the case.
You see, man, you think you have control of your life, but it is all an illusion. You never control to begin with. You are but a insignificant weed in the garden of my universe.
By the way, folks, in case this comes out before Forge, I actually edited part 5 now, and I just need to get that posted. Part 6 is underway with cutting up on the useless fat.
Actually, don't worry, I'm going to upload this after episode 5, because episode 5 is going to have the greatest opening ever.
Oh yes, that's you put it. Yes.
But in case you haven't seen it yet, no spoilers here.
Yes, we will not spoil what Madhog has put me up to.
Let's just say somebody here is a big fan of Bray Wyatt.
Yeah, and it's not me, by the way.
Well, thank you for that. Thank you, Captain Genius.
I think it's very obvious because of the fact that I've said on Twitter and other places that I've not been a fan of wrestling for years, so I'm really out of touch with wrestling.
Well, will you stop shooting lasers to half-naked...
Fine, I'll shoot the lightning balls into their crotches then.
Half-naked Shao Kahn, you were doing that earlier on. It was funny. You were shooting at his crotch. Yes, like that. The poor guy has to make a living too, you know.
Yeah, Khan definitely needs to make a living, but I also need to make a living too as a heretic.
He can
do it. Oh god, I don't like this.
No, yeah, it was a terrible joke, in fact. Terrible pun.
I meant the enemies, but yeah, we don't want to, repeat of that joke either.
I enjoy this playthrough we're doing. It's basically alpha Let's Play and alpha podcast.
Yes, I actually do enjoy this sort of thing we're doing. It feels more relaxed.
Organically it feels more yes, relaxed, as you put it, more casual, yet more organically well structured because of the casualness. You know.
Yes. So you see, folks, it's not hard being a Let's Player. I mean, if two idiots like us can do it, and two
Well,
more idiots like the Game Grumps can do it, anyone can do it if they really lose
Yes,
all the hard
unless-
work.
Yes,
Part.
only if you have like
Personality.
the personality, the charm, the charisma, the comedic background, the improv skills, all things that we are tragically lacking, by the way.
Yes, I was gonna say, I tragically lacking. And wait, is this tornado following me?
By the way, two idiots, speak for thyself.
Wait,
Ruffian.
why does the wind keep following me?
Oh no, you're fighting against an airbender.
Okay, the wind is gone now, so hopefully it's gone forever.
As the wind blows.
Take my Gatling gun of whatever this red stuff is that I'm shooting. It's probably from Gradius.
You better beat this game quickly, because I think the devil guy and other demon guy at the top, bottom, right, and left of the game board are going to eat up your stats. Look at them. Look at them. It's like they are. Yeah. You see the
Yes,
skull.
I see
the skull,
them.
the skull demon face on the left, and the demon face guy on the right.
It's like they're trying to reenact Lady and the Tramp.
Oh, it's like they are Pac-Mans, and they waka waka waka, and they're slowly devouring the stat bar of the game.
Yes.
Yes, they are quite cool. We never actually talk about those two guys, did we?
Yes,
Those guys are really a cool design choice for the stat bar of this game.
Yes, I must admit, I do like the choice of how it looks, the HUD of the game. It's very gothic fantasy.
Fantasy. It's very. I'm picking up words at random. Fantasy.
Yeah, that's pretty much what my life is. Picking random words.
You should use one of those rings that you already have to
Yes.
to get across the lava gaps.
Okay, so where is the green key? That's the question. Because I need a green key, but I haven't found one yet. Okay, so if I go back through the way I went from the whence I came.
From the whence I came, yes.
Yes, great English, Devar, by the way. Oh! Another way is opened up. A secret place, to be exact.
Hey, look, hourglasses.
Yes, they stop time. They slow time, apparently, I believe, if I remember correctly. I think so, anyway.
Okay, somebody in the comments of our playthrough suggested that we use the Black Book of Necronomicon Death more often.
Oh, really?
I still not sure what does it do, but hey, it's the Necronomicon. It's the rare copy of the Necronomicon with the golden booklets.
I assumed
it has to be good.
I assumed it was basically like the Berserk mode. Basically, gives you more power, maybe.
Why don't you try that when we fight a boss or a slightly more powerful set of units? We
Hey,
should.
what? That's all it was? Just extra ammo to this thing? Oh dear. Right, sorry folks. I thought I got excited over nothing.
That's the story of your gaming life.
Oh!
Oh,
Wait,
there it
it
is.
was here all along?
Are you sure? Are you sure green isn't a trolling color?
50 Shades of Green.
No.
That's pretty much what the trolls are.
No, the trolls are 50 Shades of Stupid.
Stupid green. Okay, let's go check out where the door
You haven't saved in a long time.
Yes, you have a point there. I will save once we get to the green door. Okay.
And then you die. And then you die immediately.
That would be very, very, very bad. Okay, Great Hall Kick.
Great Hall Kick! Oh, hey there, fella. Have you seen all the babes? I am a woman. Oh.
Yeah, that was very awkward.
Looking great, Suzanne.
Suzanne the Toothless.
Yes, that's her name, Suzanne. Hey, Susan. Hey, Barbara. Hey, Tabitha.
Brenda.
Hey, Samantha. How are you doing? Oh,
Wow, this is
great.
one.
Thank you. Oh.
This is one big sexy sleepover party you girls are having.
Yes, yes, it's the one episode of Barbie Sleepover's House Villa show that took place in hell.
Living in the dream house.
Barbie's dream house in hell. Yes.
Which, strange enough, is a very amusing show.
So you've told me.
Yes, it is actually quite amusing. I watched it with my fiance. We decided to watch to see what it was like, and we thought we could make fun of it. Only to find out we were actually enjoyed it on some strange level.
Why are you going back?
Because we have a blue door key.
Oh dear lord.
Yes, I know. It gets a tad confusing, this place, doesn't it?
No. He said sarcastically.
Yes, I think my sarcasm said it best when I said a tad. I like these guys holding the flaming chalices. It kind of gives me the vibe of Roman architecture or Greek.
Except the guys are devils, but yeah.
I don't know why I thought Greek.
Well, I know because you are thinking of. Oh, hey there, fella.
And he dropped the Necronomicon.
It's a rare copy of the Necronomicon that has that rather embarrassing grammar misspelling that basically recites Ebony was here.
Also, it comes with a free figurine.
Of Ebony.
No, I have thousands of this one.
Okay, so I was saying maybe you thought of the Greek because you were reminded of the dish that they were holding. It reminded you of the place where the Olympic event flame burns. No, after they brought the torch to light the fire.
Yeah, possibly. Anyway, we got the Great Hall, and we're going to the Portals of Chaos.
The Great Hall that was really kicked. We kicked the hole without Ross Berries in his space. Okay, so I'd say we have a couple of places left before ending this particular section of the game.
Yeah.
Let's go on.
Okay, so we're an hour in, by the way, folks. Okay, let's see. Let me save the game here. Chaos
control.
Chaos be damned, plays.
Chaos be damned, place. Downplay you.
Okay, this is heavily making me think of the first level in Hell. With this.
They're going to rename this level into the Village of the Damn Place.
Oh, I was right. They're sending in the gargoyles first.
Use the Necronomicon. Let's see what it does.
Okay, Necronomicon, activate.
Mm-hmm.
I have no idea what it does. Oh! It is like the Berserk mode.
Wow, that looks pretty spectacular, actually. Red lightning of bloody death. Love it.
Look at that.
I love it.
It's gorgeous.
Woohoo! Taste the red death! Taste the red death, evildoers!
Oh, I'm getting regenerated as well.
Oh, this is fantastic! I love, and I guess it was a good idea to use it in this particular situation.
Yes, and I think we ran out as well. So okay, so that makes more sense now. We get berserk as well as health regen.
So it's basically like that mechanic that will be reprised in Painkiller.
Huh.
Yes, I think this game is a direct ancestor to Painkiller, which makes sense considering they're basically the same type of game.
Okay, we can't shoot through that hole to the guy on the other side, so we're gonna have to... let's see, we're gonna have to,
I am Bob the Butler.
Bob the Butler.
Yes,
Bob the Butler, can he serve it? Bob the Butler, no he can't.
I am Bob the Butler, sir. I'm here to be your butler today. I am not a black butler, but I am a brown butler. I hope it's okay.
I think what Madhog's trying to reference there is Kurosasuji, where the character was, where the manga in English would be called Black Butler.
Yes.
So so then no one will start a war with you based on that.
Oh right. Okay. Yes. A black butler. It's the name of a manga. It's a butler that dresses in black, not a literal black skin butler. So yes, thank you for that, Devar. Actually,
yeah,
I thought it was an obvious reference, but yes.
Yes, but you know, people might get the wrong idea, and especially, you know, the people who like to see themselves as the knights in shining armor and think they're doing good.
So, yes, I don't really care about those people.
Yes, I'd rather not deal with those people either because you know, if they're not willing to be reasonable, that like they claim you should be,
and when they cannot, they're basically okay. So basically, one says something wrong. They didn't mean to say it, and then everything else he will try to say about anything at all in the future will always be considered a void argument because of that one ad hominem fallacy that they're going to say, you say this, so everything you say is wrong by default because it's you who says it.
Yes, I really dislike that mentality of when, you know, people aren't given a chance to explain themselves. And ooh, portals. Oh my goodness, there's something new!
Oh boy, do you have a spare Necronomicon?
Let me first save the game here.
That was something, that might have been this area's boss.
Yes, okay, where is it?
You've got to like how bosses in these old games tend to just appear without pre-annunciation. They just randomly come at you like any other simple everyday monster unit, and you don't think much of it, but then you realize they are more powerful and you're completely taken aback. And that's why we like when our bosses have an actual introduction.
Yes, and it... Let's see. Why...
I still cannot get over the fact that mummies are shooting skull fires.
I know. Like I said, it's like, oh, what's this?
Something interesting, no doubt. Die, motherfucker, die, motherfucker, die!
Yes.
Yeah!
We've already...
Yes!
Have we stated enough times how much we love this weapon? Oh
Never
my...
enough.
No.
Oh my gosh!
Where'd he come from?
Yes, I think he's going to persecute you for the entirety of this stage. Wait, have you acquired a new weapon, by the way?
No, that wasn't a new weapon. That was an old one.
You better get the most powerful weapon you currently have to deal with that guy.
Okay, let me see here. Get some health on me. Hopefully that guy has not got, you know, homing beacons on me.
Oh, it's a Minotaur. It's a Minotaur. It's a freaking Minotaur. Nothing really all that spectacular, but he is quite a huge fellow, isn't he?
Yes, he's a big fella. My goodness, he must be the cyber demon of this level, and he's hitting the ground and fire follows me.
He is taking quite a few shots. Are we even damaging him?
I hope so.
It's a giant Minotaur with a cybernetic gun.
Whoa!
Or his arm is used to. Oh well, that was quite a brutal finisher.
Oh gosh.
That was quite entertaining.
Ed
yes.
Boon, make the Heretic in as a guest character in the next Mortal Kombat game. Can you imagine this?
Da 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 da.
Suddenly he brings out the
Da, da, da,
one of his the gauntlets of death and destruction.
Da 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 da. Lightningality.
Okay, so are we supposed to go anywhere else? Oh, there's a secret over here.
Save the game.
Wow, there's a lot of supplies here. I guess we were meant to use that. Okay, so we got a bunch of supplies. And a chaos device.
And warlocks. Hey, wait a minute! I didn't ask for warlocks.
Jeff, did you order the warlocks?
No, it was Jim who did.
Where's Jim then?
Tell Jim he's fired.
And then someone just shoots a phoenix at him and he burns to death.
So much for the legacy of Jeff. Jeff the useless guard from
Wait,
Vampire
there's a
the
second
Masquerade
one?
Redemption. Oh! Why do they always come in pairs? They are a dirty pair indeed.
I guess this one's the wife?
Oh, she might be mad. we killed her husband. Sorry, lady.
Yeah.
Sorry, lady. But look at the bright side. You're still young and very
attractive?
Yes, sharp. You have a charming personality, I guess. You can get hold of the man you want. Please let it not be me.
I just hope you're not that horny for me. Get it? Horny?
Honestly, yes, I
She
get
has
it. Shut
horns?
up. Honestly, if the Minotaur from the Minos' labyrinth was this big and hangry, I mean, TCOs wouldn't have a slight of a chance, really.
Okay, so we got rid of
I probably mispronounced the name.
Okay, so we got rid of. What's this in the middle? I see.
Do we dare?
Oh, it's an invisibility rig. Invincibility.
It's the invincibility coke. It's the invincibility coke from my immortal.
Is everything going to be my immortal related from you? The mighty Molotaurs have proved to be no match for you, and as their steaming corpses slide to the ground, you feel a sense of grim satisfaction that they have been destroyed. The gateways which they guarded have opened, revealing what you hope is the way home, but as you step through, mocking laughter rings in your ears. Was some other force controlling the Molotaurs? Could there be even more horrific beings through this gate? The sweep of a crystal dome overhead where the sky should be is certainly not a good sign.
Such gripping narrative.
I know. Also, text is hard to read with this background.
What kind of font is this, anyway?
Oh, look at that. It looks like an underwater city.
Wait, are we going to invade Atlantis?
Or are we
Imagine that. Imagine that.
Are we gonna invade Rapture?
Yeah, good point.
And that was the end of the second episode.
Well, I guess this is a good time to stop then.
Yes, it's a good time to stop, and we'll be back to this game another time, folks, to do the third episode.
This was fun.
Which is the Dome of Despiral.
So basically, you're telling me it's an underwater dome.
Yes, by the sounds of it is.
Fascinating.
And that I don't remember from this game. I only remember the first two. But
so this has been all things considered, this has been a rather fruitful night for us. We played a game we liked. We discussed things as we played this game, as you played, more or less.
Yes.
I just basically began and finished arguments for the both of us. But
yes.
Still, this has been Heretic, Shadow of the Serpent Riders. The game inspired by the book that you're seeing right now. The Shadow of the Serpent Riders. Buy the book. You should read the book first, because the book is so much better structured and well written than the script for the game and the film. The adaptation.
I would like to read this book if you don't mind me saying.
Yes, and then the church will burn you.
No, I only got it for a friend.
Just like how they like to burn Harry Potter books. So Raven Software, and Heat Software, and Heretic title logo. We shall see you again sometime in the future.
Till we return to your Dome of Despiral.
Risk advisory, violence, blood, gore!
Wow, I think I didn't notice that until now.
Okay, good night.
Good night, everybody. Take care. I've been Devar, and this has been Madhog.
And this has been Heretic.
Take care of yourselves.